A dialysis center, which the former Commonwealth Secretary General, Professor Emeka Anyoku, commenced with a fundraising for the procurement of machines, estimated to cost 20 million naira.
Today, people go all sorts of places to do dialysis and everything, but doing it here, we look forward to it. He's promised to give us the quantities within the next 1 week.
For their part, the Anglican bishop, staff and students of the hospital were appreciative of the governor's concern to improve the health facilities in the state.
This is an ancient hospital that so many things went wrong that the governor said it will not happen in his state, that these things must be corrected, that a healthy person makes a healthy nation. And the funds he has committed here is quite enormous.
Last week, we were out there campaigning for a healthy Anambra State, and people were like, how did you come about this? Say by the help of his governance. I mean, the Anambra State Control Agency helped us give a lot of drugs and materials with which we could reach out to the masses.
Iyenu Mission Hospital serves several communities in Idemili, Oyi, Dunukofia, and beyond. It is hoped that a partnership between the government and the church in improving the quality of life of the people is sustained even after the present administration.
Well, efforts at curbing HIV/AIDS among rural communities in Abia State has been boosted by vehicles or with the distribution of vehicles and other equipment. Motorcycles, oil office equipment and testing kits were supplied by the State Agency for the Control of AIDS to enhance the operations of the local government AIDS control agency.
Motorcycles, office furniture including desks, chairs and filing cabinets, as well as boxes and boxes of condoms. These are provided by the Abia State Agency for the Control of AIDS. Well, for that purpose, containing HIV/AIDS in the state. The would-be recipients, officials of the local government agency for the control of AIDS, listen up as the executive secretary of the state's anti-AIDS agency explains the purpose of the equipment.
These materials are here for you to see, and it is expected that they will take them along to their various local governments at the local level to enhance their productivity, to enhance their efficiency in the response of HIV/AIDS in the state.
Proper utilization of these logistics is expected to have a major impact on efforts to deal with HIV/AIDS, especially in the rural areas.
You've been equipped with the materials to fight this prevalence. You will have your HCT kit, you will have your machine to monitor. You will go into the nook and crannies of the local government, fish them out, tell them that this is real. It's no longer a theory something, it is real.
For better monitoring and evaluation of the area you are covering, so that you will better use this machine.
The AIDS prevention managers and desk officers receive the vehicles that will facilitate their work. While the state government may have played its part, it might amount to nothing if the local governments fail to weigh in.
Local government and chieftaincy affairs should complement what you are doing. You have done very well. If they will do 1% of what you have done, there will be no more HIV in Abia State.
If we collect this today, we need offices where we can keep them. We need rooms, prepared rooms. If the local government can provide us with offices, then to a large extent we will be at our peak to provide for them what they want.
As the equipment and other materials are loaded up to be carted away, the question remains, how far will these go towards curbing a major health challenge in the rural communities, and how soon?
In the North Central, more than 340 million naira flood relief funds may still be in the Nasarawa State Treasury. Well, this was revealed by the state's Commissioner for Information in Lafia. He explained that part of the original sum was used to provide relief for victims of the flood disaster, while the balance will be used to relocate them from the affected areas. He was reacting to accusations that the Nasarawa state government misappropriated 400 million naira given by the federal government for last year's flood relief.
The Nasarawa state government have explained the reasons for the delay in relocating victims of flooding in the state's capital, which occurred in October 2012. The State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Hamza Elayo, said the delay was due to the need to assess the affected communities by the committees set up by the government. Mr. Elayo explained that the government was also faced with the problems of community relations.
The meeting also discussed the issue of flood relief, which has been the subject of a lot of media inquiries. The funds which the federal government granted the state is still intact. What has stalled the resettlement exercise was not just because of the lack of the submission of the report, but because of other logistic problems of community relations with the community there that has stalled the settlement of Guto community. But those issues are resolved.
Meanwhile, Governor Tanko Almakura has called on residents of the state to stop building along floodplains ahead of this year's heavy rain. The governor made the call while on sensitization of residents and inspection of drainages to prevent flooding in the state.
In fact, that's the other aspect of the campaign we are making. It is not only providing these infrastructures, but we want to carry the people along. We don't take any pleasure in going to demolish people's houses that have been built on sewer lines or on water lines or on drains. Just like a case in point now, a lot of houses have been destroyed simply because an individual has decided to put a wall across the water drain line.
A resident blamed flooding in the state to poor sanitation habits.
At times they dump it there, and when it rains, it will now flood this rubbish into the gutter, and it now block the passage. The water will now over.
Nasarawa State is one of the areas affected by flooding last year owing to the topography of the state, which is surrounded by hills.
Well, still to come on News Track and on Business News, the NSE key index is up in the green. It's up 1.12%.
And on the foreign scene, a series of bomb attacks in Baghdad, the Iraqi capital, claims 51 lives.
Please join us again for details.
If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
On business news, Cadbury Nigeria has posted an increase in its half-year pre-tax profit. The company's earnings jumped to 3.58 billion naira, up 1.23% from 1.61 billion naira in the same period a year ago.
Well, Cadbury says its turnover rose 8% year-on-year to 17.43 billion naira in the 6 months to June 30, from 16.09 billion naira for the period on the review. And still on company news, UAC of Nigeria PLC for the second quarter of the year has reported a profit after tax of 5.21 billion naira, up 50% from the same period a year ago. The